Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show, presenting Dynamite Collision with Ring Report. Coming up, what is the collision we have for you? We talk about highlights of AEW Collision. What's going on? Sting and Darby Allin. We're going to find out who is their partner for Forbidden Door. You won't believe who the Stinger and Darby chose as their partner in that huge six-man tag team match against Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Cesaro, Suzuki, or something. You know how to be friends with name. Also, too, in action, Shane Strickland will take on Hiroshi Tanahashi. Hiroshi Tanahashi has an important match tomorrow. Could he be the next AEW World Champion tomorrow against MJF? That is a possibility and stuff, but we have to wait and see on that. Also, too, in action, Andrade is getting his opportunity again. He takes on Brody King, one half of the World Trios Tag Team Champions as well. Also, too, Willow Nightingale takes on Nia Rose in the Owen Tournament Cup quarterfinals. We'll find out who emerged victorious. In the main event that started off the huge 8-man tag team match as CM Punk teams up with FTR and Ricky Starks to take on the team of Bullet Club Soul and the Gun. We'll have to wait and see how this is gonna find out. And also too, we'll get to what's going on with Forbidden Door coming your way. Also too. So we ain't gonna waste no time whatsoever. The Pro Wrestling Show starts right now for Collision. Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of AEW Collision. I am your host as always, Introduce here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is free. Call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the AEW Collision Ring Report. All right. We know tomorrow is Forbidden Door. Don't forget, Pro Wrestling Show will have the Forbidden Door predict the outcome. We'll predict the matches as well. What AEW it is, and for Pro Wrestling Show, we're expanding our AEW coverage. Well, with Collision for this week, for the second week in a row, like we did for the first week. Thank you all for watching that. Good views, good stuff. And we're gonna continue on doing what we're doing. We're gonna stand together as a community and find a way to get things done. We thank you for watching. We want to be that number one source for wrestling here on the screen. So thank you all again for watching the first week episode of Collision. Let's continue this momentum. Let's continue this drive. Let's continue to focus. Let's continue on celebrating. Let's continue on going. So, like we said, we're going to be more dedicated to, like we is with WWE, we'll be dedicated to AEW as well. Nothing's going to be off the table. We're going to be more dedicated with coverage to AEW Dynamite, as we already did with the AEW when we was the AEW Ring Report. Now it has been split to AEW Dynamite and Collision and Ring Reports. It's predict the outcome. Like for we'll be doing tomorrow. All right, we get things started with Darby Allin and Sting. Like we said, this is the Collision Ring Report, and we thank you all for watching. We get started with this: Darby Allin and Sting. Darby Allin and Sting kicked off what we believe what they're gonna look for a partner and stuff. They didn't have to waste no time. Chris Jericho tried to interrupt. He tried to interrupt Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone told he didn't know. And we found out it was Naito. Naito and Chris Jericho will go again. Naito ain't no stranger to Jericho. Jericho knows that he lost his coveted New Japan IWGP Intercontinental title to Naito when he was six-man tag. Jericho already having problems as of lately with Sammy Guevara, after Sammy doesn't know what he wants to do with himself. We know that Jericho will try to figure out a way. Tomorrow's going to be very interesting to see Jericho, Naito, Stinger, and Jericho fight each other. Darby fighting. I mean, the possibilities are endless. We'll get to see that tomorrow night, Chris Jericho show Naito. I think Naito looking for a fight. Jericho looking for a fight. Jericho wants to get his hands on Sting. But the Sting had called him out, and we know this is going to be Sting's last year in wrestling. So Sting wants to go out in a bang, and so why go out in a bang? So on how this is all going to go, we'll see it tomorrow. Jericho, Sting, everything's going to boil down to that tomorrow. So we'll see it tomorrow on how all this is going to progress tomorrow with Jericho, Sting, Darby, Sammy, Naito, and um Takashi, I think. So we'll see that tomorrow. Jericho and Naito will renew their rivalry tomorrow. Also, too, was in action. This was in action right here. Swerve Strickland kicked off with Hiroshi Tanahashi, a highly competitive matchup between the two. One thing I would say about Tanahashi, he is a dynamic performer. Tanahashi defeated Swerve Strickland. Swerve tried his darndest, but you know how that went down. Well, Swerve wasn't the only person that Tanahashi had to focus on. MJF appeared on the screen. MJF, many people thought he was gonna come out there and wrestle or come out there to confront Tanahashi at their big championship match tomorrow for the world title. MJF saying he doesn't have the time nor the temperament to do what Tanahashi did. He's gonna wait till tomorrow and defeat Tanahashi and get his hands on Tanahashi and beat him, and saying he doesn't have to come out there for luck and stuff. He's gonna show him and retain the world title. He also mentioned that there'll be the opening match for Forbidden Door for the AEW title, so MJF can go home and stuff. He ain't gotta waste his time staying all day. Know how that go? But Maxwell Jacob Freeman. And like I was telling y'all many years ago on the Pro Wrestling Show, MJF the type of guy that you want, but he's warned me. I'm getting around for him being world champion, but they got to be meaningful and stuff. He doesn't have found no meaningful opponent to lose the title. But MJF is that. He's ambitious, dedicated, and he just finds a way to win and stuff. But we'll see that. MJF versus Tanahashi tomorrow. Should be a instant classic. We'll talk about tomorrow who I think gonna merge victorious. I kind of got an idea who's gonna win, but MJF also made news as well. He's gonna wrestle next week on Collision, and MJF makes his Collision debut tomorrow. Next week, next Saturday. Looking forward to seeing MJF if he still holds the AEW title. We'll have to wait and see on that. And stuff with MJF with that. Speaking of that, Brody King took on Andrade. Andrade taking on Brody King. Andrade made his return back to AEW last week on Collision. I think everybody that didn't who got bad feuds with folks go on different shows. Well, Brody King took on Andrade. Andrade and Brody King really was a decent match. Andrade is kind of like the best wrestler in AEW to me. Andrade showcasing his skills and stuff. Even Brody King got agitated with the crowd, but at the end, Brody King won, but Andrade paying the price. We're looking forward to see Andrade versus Malachi Black down the road with that NXT days. So that could be the possibility heading forward in that match as well. Speaking of that, Christian Cage came out there. He talked about him with the TNT Championship. We don't have a clue right now who's the official TNT champion. It looks like Luchasaurus, the TNT champion, but Christian act like he's the champion. Christian more like the manager, where Christian said there's not going to be no more open challenges. There's not going to be anything that you think there's going to be lasting. Christian made it clear and Christian made it simple that you're going to have to earn a title match if he wants to give you a title shot. Christian laying down the law within the TNT title. The TNT title won't be no open challenges or no just jack out the box situation. That could be the possibility. Christian, and he had Luchasaurus as his right hand man. Christian, making it seem like, hey, you don't have to worry about that no more. So I guess we'll see and stuff what Christian is gonna do. Hopefully, what Christian is gonna do with Luchasaurus, we'll type of see right there. Speaking of that, Scorpio Sky returned. Scorpio Sky, we haven't seen him in a while. Scorpio Sky came out there to talk about he's back. He's looking for new challenges. Scorpio Sky could be next in line in contention for a TNT TV title match if he gets it. But there's only time will tell on that. But Scorpio Sky wants that opportunity. I could see him down the road go against Luchasaurus and Christian down the road for the TNT Championship. So we'll see that. Speaking of that, um, what else happened? The um the Orange Cup is coming. Well, we get a semifinals. Now Rose take on Willow Nightingale. Willow having a big night tomorrow as well. She takes on AEW Women's Champion Tony Storm. Willow get herself into contention to become the next AEW Women's Champion. She practiced herself against a former Women's Champion, Nia Rose. Willow Nightingale retained her, won the Orange Cup. She advances over Nia Rose. Willow Nightingale getting the advantage. And we'll see Willow get the advantage down the road that she's been looking for quite some time. Speaking of that, we told you this. What else happened tonight? All right, here was it. The main event. We told you last week it was a huge 6-man tag team match. CM Punk teamed up with FTR to win over Bullet Club Gold and Samoa Joe. They won. Well, this week was totally different. This week was a huge 6-man tag team match as CM Punk teamed up with Absolute Ricky Starks and FTR to take on the team of Jay White, Juice Robinson, and the Guns in a huge 8-man tag team match that kicked off that was the main event of the show. The Guns coming out there trying to pissed off Lightning and stuff, pissed off their interest with Guns. And then CM Punk came out there without no Chicago's hometown hero welcome. CM Punk really didn't get the hometown welcome that he didn't want and didn't get. But this match was that, like you see right there, he didn't really get. Well, this 8-man tag team match proven to be a top match. As when they opened the show started with like a Saturday night's main event open with the superstars talking, especially Punk and Juice Robinson and everybody. Punk, the whole 8 superstars talk about their matchup. Here's the matchup right here. Juice carrying CM Punk with us, trying to do a 5-man slam. Even the moment of the night was Ricky Starks delivering spears left and right. Ricky Starks even tried to deliver spears to anybody that came through from his opposite team. Well, Ricky did get pinned. He got pinned by Jay White. Jay White and them won the match. You can tell right here, this is the victories for the Guns and Jay White and Juice Robinson getting the win. So hey, we'll see that coming up. And how that's gonna be coming down and stuff. So hey, you know what I'm saying? Well, you see CM Punk, Ricky Starks, and FTR retreating, and they got to realize what's next for them coming up. But only time will tell. This is far from over, and this is the almost the 3rd week on Collision. So we'll see how this gonna play out eventually. All right, that ends the AEW Collision Ring Report. We move forward to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, now we know that Roman Reigns last week. We know that he's gonna be at the last week when he got super kicked out his mouth, out his you know what, by the Usos. We told you that there's gonna be a Civil War bloodline coming up next Saturday. So look for that. The Pro Wrestling Show presents to predict the outcome for Money in the Bank. Look for that and how that's gonna play out eventually. Well, Roman beat a new record. Roman is now the 5th longest reigning world champion thus far in WWE. He surpassed Pedro Morales. Pedro Morales was at 1,028 days. Now Roman is at 1,029 days. Roman Reigns now is up there as one of the top five greats in WWE. He could continue that momentum and that legacy if he gets to Hulk Hogan's 4-year run. Hulk Hogan, his first 4-year historic run from 1984 to 1988. Hulk Hogan. Now Roman Reigns been Universal Champion since 2020, and now he continued his historic run, and now he's the fifth greatest champion in WWE history, surpassing Pedro Morales, who was at 1,028 days. Now Roman is at 1,029 days. I'm surprised they're probably celebrating next week on SmackDown coming up. So Roman Reigns now surpassing as the fifth all-time great WWE champion right now. Congratulations to Roman for that accomplishment and that feat. Well, speaking of that feat and accomplishment, we also got news that former SmackDown and Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair and her husband Montez Ford, this is their pictures right here, that they had tied the knot, renewed their wedding vows. They've been married for 5 years since 2018. Man, it's been so long, but for 5 years. But congratulations to the happy couple renewing their vows and went to Las Vegas. They said the first time it was under some different circumstances, but now they did it the way they want to do it. I mean, y'all got all that money, just go and get married and be done with it. And, just have a big, huge celebration and leave it like that. But, some people want to be private, so you got to understand and respect that, which I do. Well, speaking of that, more AEW news right here. There was WWE news. Anthony Bowens, if you kind of watched Rampage last night, Anthony Bowens sent this text saying, and I quote, if I told y'all me years ago in arena chant he's gay at me in the most positive way, I say you crazy. It's pretty cool to see how far we come. Still got more work to do. Happy Pride. I knew he was doing it for Pride Month. I knew it. I just knew it. It's been the end of Pride Month. June's been the beginning of Pride Month for the LGBTQ community in their recognition and stuff. So, well, speaking of that, we told you this, the Fight Forever game. A lot of people are talking about you need to have this to get the Fight Forever game on your Xbox. I can't wait. Looking forward to playing that. Also, too, on other program note too, that the pro wrestling that Gaming Spotlight returning. So you should be seeing future episodes of AEW Fight Forever coming on Gaming Spotlight soon. So whenever that might be. So we'll have to wait and see. More AEW news. John Morrison, who used to be John Henry or Johnny Anything, he has now come on AEW. He came on Rampage last night. He calls himself now Johnny TV. Well, he made an appearance when that segment with Anthony Bowens. We talked about him being gay and all that. And I guess they're going to be team feuding with their claim going forward. QDTV feuding with their claim heading forward. Speaking of another team, this is real impressive. Former MLW superstar champion 50 Tom Lawler. He came and attacked Adam Cole and left Adam Cole, and also Royce Isaac, who has been an underrated talent as well. He has appeared with 50 Tom Lawler. That'll be a great tag team for AEW to use and study. So AEW, doing that. So hey, AEW gaining more stars and traction. Now they got to get Ryback and everybody else and Goldberg and everybody else just to complete their destiny. Well, we heard this too, another WWE news. We heard that right here, women's Money in the Bank, women's Money in the Bank, with a women's match, as you see right here, Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, with their new undisputed women's tag team titles, taking on Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Now Ronda can travel on Tuesdays. Now she can travel on all three brands. I thought the original purpose of the women's tag team titles were to travel on all three brands, but the NXT Women's Championship should be absorbed in with the women's tag team titles and call it a day. We'll see that. and also to Trish Stratus, the lovely Trish Stratus, and her accomplice or her ally, Zoe Starks, Io Sky, Bailey, Becky Lynch, and Zelina Vega. They all will have a women's summit on Raw this Monday. I look forward to seeing what Trish Stratus got to say. I look forward to seeing what Becky Lynch got to say to Trish and Zoe, and the conflict and interest between Io and Bailey. But we'll see that as well. Um, there was a lot going on. I think the highlight of the night for me was Jericho and not I forgot his name. Jericho and him. Oh hey, so hey. But we're gonna end that right now. The AEW Collision Ring Report. We're gonna end it with Bullet Club Gold getting their hands raised in the token of victory over CM Punk and company. CM Punk company had to retreat and figure out what's next for them and how to handle what happened. But we're gonna leave it with Bullet Club Gold and the Guns winning in victory. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying we'll see you tomorrow for the AEW Forbidden Door show. So look for that coming your way on the predicted outcome Forbidden Door. So look for that. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. Y'all have a great Saturday night, and we'll see you tomorrow for Forbidden Door. See you later.